Hello gorgeous, how are you? Welcome back to your favourite Hot Mess Express. Now put a finger down if you spent months trying to perfectly curate your TikTok For You page to show you dank memes, crusty cats, crunchy dogs and all crispy critters in between, and the occasional makeup video in between, just to have the algorithm decide recently that what really sizzles your bacon is Dhar Mann reposts with soap carving underneath. Guilty! So I've been doom scrolling an unhinged amount of Dhar Mann content recently, which isn't the worst thing ever. But the rabbit hole I fell down because of it is. I'm not entirely sure how, when, or why I found this out, but quite a few YouTubers put their YouTube uploads as credits on their IMDb, which to a certain extent I understand, but at the same time, I don't. Do you have any previous acting experience?
I actually do.
Oh, amazing.
No!
This role just taught me so much, how to really commit myself to a
I'm
part. So sorry. I don't think you've understood my question. The importance of letting go.
No!
At about this point of my director Dhar Mann DOOMSCROLL, the light bulb finally went off and I realized that these people are legitimate actors. My definition of legitimate actor is quite flexible. If you are an actor and you get paid for it, I'd call you legitimate. And looking at how many views My Fam Dhar Mann gets, if these people aren't being paid at least something, I'd have an experience, but I understand not everyone would share my subjective opinion and call these actors legitimate because the material is quite strained.
What, Eleanor?
You guys, we got it so good. Hey you,
My intrusive thoughts have been more convincing. Is it entirely these actors' faults that their performances in My Man Dhar Mann's videos are adjacent to a college improv group's first rehearsal? Maybe. But it could also be something else. If YouTube has taught me anything over the years, the key to success is to deflect. An actor's performance can only be so good if the material that they are being given is hovering above the bottom of the barrel. Maybe if these actors were given something better, something more challenging, we would see them reach their full potential. Like award-winning actress Mair Mulroney! I haven't won any awards, that's pretty impressive! Apologies, my 6.5 years working in a bolo just got in the way. What I said was, I don't remember what I said. It fell out of my head. You may recognize Mair from such amazing performances as Mean Skinny Girl, Mean Shop Owner, Gold Digger, and once again, Gold Digger. Like, I don't want to say typecast, but pigeonholed. From her IMDb profile, apart from her YouTube director Dhar Mann Productions, where she has gained the most experience, her other most noteworthy performances are a short film called Candy and Ronnie, where she won a Best Actress award for her performance, and a movie called Unchained in 2021. So a pretty solid effort. My girl has been working. Do people facetune their headshots? IMDb doesn't seem to give any ratings for short films, or at least not for this short film, so we're going in a bit blind, but according to the synopsis, a young man awakens on his couch and pieces together a dark romantic weekend that will change his life forever. I don't know about you, but I am on the edge of my seat. Our intro to the entire short film is a zoom in on this picture, and then a quick cut to some Christmas lights on the ground, and some radio chatter. Ooh, very ominous. Context? Established. After that, we are in the sunny front yard with our two main characters, Candy and Ronnie. Wait, no. Billy and Alice. Okay, so we'll probably meet Candy and Ronnie later. Trying to set the scene for this long-term, loving relationship.
Except for that morning puppy breath.
What morning puppy breath? You have giant monster fart breath.
Gross doo-doo face, smelly fish gut belly, rancid toe jam burp, pungent puke mouth, disgusting dead old man lips. Your flappy vagina smells like a dead whale, you dumb slut. Shit, babe, I'm so sorry. Was slut too far? Would whore have been better? Then we have this awkward clip of Billy chasing Alice around a tree, and I can only imagine what filming this would have felt like. Then some more ominous clips of Christmas Eve, or Something like that. They don't really tell us. And then Billy brings out the absolute life of the party. Now the fun can really start. Oh my god! Mair is so recognizable as a Dhar Mann actress that you could confuse the absolute hot diggity damn out of some unknowing people with this scene. Let's just say there's more than just bells that are jingling. They order pizza, they borderline sexually harass the delivery driver, but it's okay because his side hustle is dealing some drugs, and he manages to acquire them an 8-ball. Then we get a fun montage of their crazy night with some absolute bops in the background to really set the tone for us.
She was hyper-religious though, right? So she wouldn't put out. We'd make out, she'd grind, I mean all that. She had
I think I gotta take a shit.
That dark spot in Los Angeles. We're like fucking hamsters, man.
That's just a level of confidence I'll never have. Shitting in a stranger's house? With the choices of risk clogging the toilet or risk shitting yourself, I'm 110% choosing shitting my pants. I'm not going to play the next clip because Alice is having some adult fun times with the pizza delivery man, but on the track that's playing over the top, it sounds like Mair is actually singing, and I'm not going to lie, it's not that bad.
Got something in my chest, I get so high.
I'm no Simon Cowell, but I vibe.
Then why the fuck have we been sitting around here jonesing all the time?
I don't know!
Exactly!
Oof, they aren't looking too good. Remember kids, this is your brain not on drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Remember to make good decisions. That was a joke. Drugs are bad. Drug addiction is serious. Addiction is serious. I've left some links in the description of this video for support and information for anyone's general interest, but also for anyone who is or knows someone who is struggling with drug addiction. In all honesty, I do enjoy this piece of dialogue.
For $500 so we can party for another 2 days. Then we're right back here where we fucking started, you fucking idiot!
I've never had a drug addiction, but I have been quite open on this channel about trying to quit smoking, and I've unfortunately had a pretty big backstep since posting that video and gone through the cycle of picking it back up and quitting quite a few times. So when I finally hit my 1-year milestone, I'll let you all know. I'll make a community post or something like that. But even though it's for different things, I do understand the up and down cycle when it comes to quitting and the different bargaining and organizing a person might do when it comes to feeding their addiction, just to wind up in the same spot over and over again. So all jokes aside, I did really enjoy this section. Then we have another bunch of scenes clipped together with an absolute classic over the top. Oh, she's not looking too good. Wait, no, she's fine. Where'd she get those shoes? Oh wait, no, she's not doing too great again. Billy's not doing too great either. Did the pizza guy come back? Yeah, fuck that laptop. Oh, she dead. You see, ecstasy is a drug that's bad for you. Both Billy and Alice took way too much, which caused them some bad reactions, including their body temperature to increase, causing hyperthermia. They also drank so much alcohol in this time and not enough water that they dehydrated rapidly. And now they're dead. So remember, don't do drugs. Part of the art and beauty of short films is being able to tell a story with an extremely limited budget and an extremely limited amount of time, in a way where the pacing still feels correct and the audience is still able to get the right amount of context. Short films, to me at least, have their own vibe, so going into this credit I did have different expectations, and I'm glad that I did because some of the dialogue is odd. Even if you gave those lines to Meryl Streep, it would still feel odd.
Giant monster fart breath.
The short, in my opinion, is still good. I think it's a pretty decent story and it goes through some of the darker sides of drug use that the media doesn't always like to show, and I think that Mair did a pretty decent job with the role as well. I'm not sure who else was in the running for LA Shorts Awards 2018 award for Best Actress, but I can see why she's won. If this is what she can do with the limitations of short films, then surely her biggest credit of Unchained is about to be an absolute feast for the eyes. plays. An idealistic woman is kidnapped and forced to compete in an underground fight ring. Every night is a fight for her life as she plans to overthrow her captors and save the lives of many others doomed to the same endless cycle. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited. Unchained starts with a Princess Bride style opening with this older gentleman telling a story about a princess and a dragon to this young demon. This absolute demon of a child. That's a skinwalker. And I know what you're thinking. JJ, this is a pretty odd editing choice to have so much black screen around this old man telling a story to his young demon. But that's legitimately how the movie starts. I'm hoping that this is just an odd little glitch that the website I'm using to watch Unchained is having, but something tells me it's not. Because straight after the man says to the young demon to go to sleep,
"Now sleep. Tomorrow will be a better day."
we just dive into the movie with a different aspect ratio. Now, what's the point of this intro? I got nothing. I have absolutely no idea who these two people were, or how they know each other, or what their importance to this story is. Like, we can assume that it's father and daughter, but we don't really know that for sure. He could be a lunatic, and he could have kidnapped her. And we never really find out for the rest of the movie, because it's never addressed. Like, it is, but it also isn't. This movie is a surreal experience to finish. To start off, we have our Princess and the Dragon story. Our main character then wakes up and starts getting ready for her day, and a quick call to mum to discuss how poor she is and how she's still looking for a job and how her dad's dead.
Just glad he's not here to see all this.
Then we get some Michael Bay style slow motion clips of her making her way downtown with some badass music in the background and some opening credits. Go in the door, go out the door. What's she doing? We don't know. This is the first 7 minutes of the movie. 1/12 of the movie is just...
No luck then? You can't give up.
I personally feel inspired.
Need to get out of this rut. Okay. Enough of the gloom and the doom.
You're right, best friend. This scene feels pretty... awkward. Yeah, exactly, best friend. Pretty awkward. Right, best friend. Do you not know my name, best friend? Sorry, no one said your name in the movie yet. But what about those letters in the first 7 minutes of the movie? Oh, I didn't read those. I think maybe we were supposed to read them. Shoot, well this is going to make the rest of the movie really awkward between us now. It's okay, I'm only in 2 other scenes anyway, and one of them is in the last 2 minutes of the movie. Oh, okay, well that's helpful. And all of the other dialogue in this movie is the same vibe as this. No cap. Go get him, Tiger. Rawr.
Go get him, Tiger.
For context, this is our main character, Aaliyah Shepherd. Recently, her father has passed away, and every time he's mentioned or gives any wise words of wisdom, it typically clips to this old dude. So as we assumed before, this is... I'm 90% sure her dad. She was previously in the army, is now currently unemployed, broke, and is just in this mundane cycle of going for a job and not getting it. Her best friend over the last few months has been planning for the two of them to go out to a gig to take Aaliyah's mind off how crummy Aaliyah's life is, but only told her the day before, so I'm guessing that best friend is paying for everything. Thanks, best friend. To find a job, Aaliyah is getting help through an agency that should really make some of their workers do a customer service course.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
And screens some of the employers looking for someone to work, because this one just straight up sexually harasses her in the interview.
Asshole.
She declines his offer, leaves, and then she sees this homeless man.
Bless you.
Yeah, well, you look like you could use it more than I could.
And And Aaliyah's kind of a twat.
Last year.
Well, you smell pretty bad, so...
Last year.
I'm not the one sleeping on the street.
Last year.
Well, you look like hot garbage.
Last year.
I'm better than you.
Last year.
But even with this comment, the homeless man still gives her these words of wisdom.
It's all about how high you bounce back when you hit the bottom.
So that's nice. She then goes home, sinks down the wall in defeat, and a random letter slides through her mail slot. And I hear you asking, what is on that letter? No idea. The movie doesn't tell us or show us. It just clips to her walking through a door into a black padded wall room to this really sweaty gentleman. Now you may be surprised to hear that I am not a psychic, but whatever was in that letter, pretty suspicious.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm here for this.
You got any acting experience?
No!
So Aaliyah received a personal, selective letter that invited her to audition for a movie that just happened to be auditioning in her town without an agent, and she just thought, checks out. She then arrives at a black padded room with one very sweaty man and one handheld camera and no one else auditioning, and she thought, checks out.
So then what's the movie about?
Alright, so we're gonna call it Caged. And just imagine you got all the best fighters in the world, and they come together to compete for the right to be called the best. And it's gonna be kind of like...
The sweaty man then gets sweatier and fumbles through trying to explain who they're looking for, what the movie is about, and also doesn't seem to know how to use a handheld camera, and she must think, I am perfectly safe here at this very real movie audition. Sweatier man then gets some sort of communication from this dude and tells Ayala that she's a star in the making and that she'd definitely be hearing from them soon. And she walks off, smiling, probably thinking that she's got this one in the bag. Hi, Mum. Guess what? You know how Dad's dead and my life just sucks? Well, I just got a role for a movie. Can you believe it?
Don't want to wake the goods. Goods? These are people.
I am deeply shocked and bamboozled by this sequence of woeful circumstances. Is that Tang? She already has some level of a concussion after being beaten over the head like that, so is sedating her with Tang really the best idea if you don't want to damage the goods? We are then introduced to our main villain or antagonist, Warden Georgia.
You'll see I'm such a peach. If I piss in a bottle in front of you, you're gonna beg me to drink it.
Again? We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Ayala wakes up in yet another random room and the warden tells her that she's up and tosses her towards this random woman who proceeds to boot her in the stomach without hesitation and just keeps beating her down.
Ding.
Because Ayala is pretty trash at fighting. Like, she was in the army. Surely you'd have to know how to fight. Just because you've been beaten over the head once and sedated twice in the space of a day doesn't mean that you can fight like a limp noodle. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. This is starting to feel excessive and counterproductive.
You need to conserve your energy. Show yourself.
Show yourself! This is Mel. Mel was also baited by a movie audition invitation, so Mel is as equally silly as Ayala. Mel has been held hostage by these people for quite some time, and unsurprisingly is quite sad because of it. If Best Friend was here, we'd know what she'd say.
Enough of the gloom and the doom.
Mel explains to Ayala in a very strange sequence of dialogue that the girls have been kidnapped into an underground fight club.
A legal underground fight club. Just like the movie I was supposed to be in.
Yep. Using that big noggin power. Ayala is Mel's new cellmate, but there are others on the property and they're all allowed outside to train for the fights every now and then, but there's no landmarks around to be able to identify where they are. They're forced to fight each other and others on the property, as well as other people from other human zoos, as a form of entertainment for people like Warden Georgia. And escape is not an option because they own you.
Nobody owns me.
Wrong. I own you.
But it's okay because Ayala has now stood up Best Friend.
Where are you, girl?
Best Friend is going to notice that Ayala is missing soon and report it to the police.
Call me.
Like any logical, realistic, caring and loving Best Friend would.
Lesson 1. Oh, wow! You really do have some fight in you after all!
Oh, there's a hell of a lot more where that came from.
Show me! Oh.
Wasn't she in the army? We are then introduced to the multi-dimensional tough cookie Regina.
It's got fire, I'll give you that.
Who, by the looks of it, is there to help break down the girls even faster and build them back up into obeying fighters.
You'll learn to love the routine. It'll be the best part of your day.
I won't.
A year ago, we had a girl like you. Now she lays beneath that tree. Or at least what's left of her.
That's what my mum did with my pet fish.
Please. Just do as they say. I don't want to lose another cellmate.
Of course, Mel, who I have had sufficient amount of time to bond with, I will do exactly what you are pleading with me to do, because I can't let you get any more hurt than what you have already experienced. This movie knows how to yank on those heartstrings.
Have faith. I did. She's the one buried underneath that tree.
Oh, snap. The layers.
Your old cellmate. Who was she?
Okay. So we aren't going to see any training?
She was feisty and did not like Warden Georgia.
My kind of girl.
That is a particularly low bar. Tell me more about Faith. Well, she would steal a lot of the dogs from around the neighborhood and then collect the reward money once the families put up the missing flyers, and quite a few times she accidentally let the dogs starve to death because she couldn't be bothered wasting her time or money feeding them. Oh my god, that's disgusting. But she hated Warden Georgia. My kind of girl. Ayala then starts asking Mel questions again, trying to plan their escape, and Mel is being very doom and gloom. So Ayala, like any new cellmate, is giving her some words of encouragement to try and help come up with a plan.
I need you to keep it together. All I need for you is to keep it together. Hold it together.
Wow, I'm just feeling so much more secure in our current situation.
Now all we need is a plan.
Maya, take it easy on the new one. She's not housebroken yet.
Now we're back to training. If you're thinking to yourself, wow, the sequencing of this movie feels kind of off. We're jumping between sets and the same conversations, and there just seems to be a lot of nothing happening, but a lot happening at the same time. Don't worry, because we're not even halfway through the movie yet, so there's still plenty of time.
Seems like the new girl's having trouble adjusting.
Maybe she just needs a little time on her own.
Slay. Not the tang. What is with this movie and sedating her, or just straight up knocking her the fuck out? Like, I understand when she's getting kidnapped to sedate her, that makes sense. And I understand during fight sequences, like, she might get hit in the head, so she's gonna possibly get knocked out. I understand those things, but surely this amount of sedation and knocking her out is gonna be causing her some sort of damage. Also, if you're locking her in the boot for some sort of torture technique, surely it would be more effective if she was awake. Right? Right? I don't have much experience when it comes to torturing people, but something tells me that if you're putting her in a boot to shake her, sedating her is counterproductive. Let's get down to business with this quick montage, followed by a dream sequence with awesome CGI effectage. Oh snap, we are back for round 2 with Kelly. You know, that character that we've seen very fleetingly. And all that training must have done Ayala some good, because she doesn't suck as bad anymore. If anything, she's winning.
I don't have to do this.
No, no, no!
would you ruin a perfectly good fight by going and doing that?
Perfectly good. I guess it's the simple things in life.
She's not gonna help you. Why? Just why?
Oh no! That character that we had so much understanding of had a moment of redemption before she was murdered because of our protagonist. I am shaken more to my core after this sequence of circumstances. Warden then, without sedation, throws Ayala back into her cell, has some nasty times with Mel because we need more reason to hate the Warden because he's just too darn likable. Then an interaction between Ayala and our multi-dimensional tough cookie Regina, where Regina tells Ayala that she slays the dragons around here, which, good to know. Thank you for that. And then we're back to another fight scene with another bunch of people that we have no context about because context is a privilege.
Your referee for this event will be nobody.
Let's get down to business with another quick montage. Many fights of Ayala being a badass. Who are these business watchers? You don't need a huge backstory for every character you introduce into a story because typically with correct character building, world building, or context building, there's enough there for the audience to draw their own conclusions and typically correct conclusions. But this story hasn't. Why? Because they didn't fucking want to. Who's this? Whose old hands are these? Why are the GoPros edited like that? Why do we keep knocking her the fuck out? Surely the bag over the head is sufficient.
So, are you the one keeping us here?
I am.
Oh snap, we're about to meet the mastermind behind it all.
After all, it's all about how high you bounce back.
And it's that guy.
When you hit the bottom.
You know, the guy. Who the fuck is this?
One day you will know. And be mine again.
Did I miss a chapter? Did I zone out and just blank on some very necessary information? Oh, it's the homeless guy. Doesn't really help. Nope, I didn't miss a chapter. I don't know what the photo's about or what information we're supposed to be gathering from what we've been told in the movie. But that's the homeless guy. It's all about how you bounce back. An unspecified amount of time has passed and now we're back at training. Patty cake, baker's man. Ayala tells Grace, this is Grace, that they're gonna make a break for it and to wait for her signal. But Grace doesn't wait for her signal. She just snaps and legs it.
Let that be a lesson to everybody that the cost of freedom is high.
They're gone! I did not see that coming!
We have a better chance if we split up. Mel?
Looks like your little breakout's over.
Damn it, Mel, you've ruined everything. Our friends Grace and Maya have now died for nothing.
No, this is not the way of things. You owe your very existence to me.
Oh, hey, it's homeless guy again.
You don't own me.
But I do. I own everything.
No one owns me.
Sandra, that's not the way you were brought up.
Who the fuck is Sandra?
You must understand that your old life was not yours. It was dictated to you by circumstance. What you saw as your previous life was a lie. Your eyes deceived you.
That just creates more questions. Who's the dude telling the story about the princess and the dragon then? There's only 14 minutes left of this epic tale, and we are only now being dropped this absolute bombshell. And now we're back at a fight scene.
The one who wins will be set free. The loser will. The loser will never see daylight again.
You two fight, or I have my way with the both of you.
No, I won't fight you. I feel like we've seen this scene before.
Why, you little bitch!
Slay. The girls, Mel and Ayala, make another break for it, and they run into the multi-dimensional tough cookie Regina, who has seemingly had a change of heart, gives them homeless guy's address and keys to the car that's on the property. Does this make sense for the character? Not particularly. Do I care? No, because I'm hoping that means that this movie's going to be over a little bit quicker. The girls find a gun in the boot of the car, which is quite handy, and Ayala tries to utilize it to help their escape, firing 5 bullets and missing the 2 guards, but hitting the propane tank. And Mel runs away because she's quirky. For fuck's sake. Why would she not have killed him when she had the chance? She already was hitting him with the bat. She already had a weapon. She already had him in a position in which he was vulnerable. It would have taken very little effort for her to finish the job, and then this silly goose wouldn't have been captured and we wouldn't be reliving the exact same scene again. Also, who the fuck is Sandra?
I used to pray for death! Come on, shoot me!
Oh no, out of bullets. Wouldn't it be so much easier if he wasn't still alive? Oh, dirty mom. I will admit that I do love the practical effects in this scene. My favorite thing about this whole movie is that someone's job was just to be off the side of the camera tossing hay at Ayala. Everyone's dead, and Ayala drives off in the hopes to find Homeless Man and have a final boss battle confrontation with him, and I'm once again sitting here wondering,
I'm not Sandra.
What is your full family name?
I'm not Sandra.
You're still in denial.
I'm not.
You are Sandra.
Stop
Sandra
saying
Shepherd.
that. I'm not her.
Yes. Stop denying it.
Who the fuck is Sandra?
Be just like me.
You are better than that.
Is that it? Is it over?
I wish Mel and the others could have returned to their normal lives, but it just wasn't to be.
What? She went back to her life. Just like that. She was kidnapped, tortured, beaten, witnessed a handful of murders, had some dude trying to convince her that she was Sandra, murdered him, and there was no scene to show that her friends or family cared about her disappearance. And she is just smiling, frolicking around Canada with bruises still on her face as if it was just a really wild weekend.
I'm not like most girls. When I go out, I get crazy.
As I said, this movie is a surreal experience to finish, but it's one that we got to experience together. Justice for Mair, because I think it's pretty obvious that she is trying her absolute darndest with all of these projects, and all of the writing being tossed her way is just
horrible. Horrible.
Thank you so much for wasting your precious, valuable time with me and watching this odd little rabbit hole that I spiraled down. Let me know if you want me to do this with anything else, and please let me know who the fuck you think Sandra is. Until next time, I hope you are just having a fantastic day, fantastic week, fantastic month, fantastic year, and I hope that you are doing as fantastic as always. Bye everyone. A young man awakens on his couch and pieces together a dark romantic weekend that will change his life forever. I wonder if I can sound like that Love Island voice. A young man awakens on his couch and pieces together a dark romantic weekend that will change his life forever. Fantastic.